This is Silent Clubstep, an original impossible level made by Salient in 2015, considered by many to be humanly impossible for years, until a few players started making significant progress on it. And on the 17th of July 2022, after 138,000 attempts, an incredibly skilled player named Paqoe would complete it.
I verified it!
Oh my god.
What?!
Yet it didn't even place in the top 2. This just goes to show the constantly rising skill ceiling in Jump Dash over the years. Another example of this is Limbo by MattTacc, a 3.5 minute long memory extreme demon verified by Bigram in November of 2022, after 2 years and over 100,000 attempts, that was placed in 7th place. And as time passes, these two levels and many more will go down the list further, with even harder levels taking their place. Is Jump Dash getting too hard? Each and every year we see new top players rising and pushing the skill ceiling higher than ever before. But let's go back in time to understand how people nowadays are beating levels with almost 200 frame perfects. What the fuck? In the beginning, Jump Dash was not a very competitive game. People preferred easier and more fun levels, and that's why some of the most disliked levels in the game are older demons that people struggle to beat. But you know what's something very easy you can do right now? Subscribing to the channel to be the first to watch new videos. I won't fill up your sub box as I prefer quality over quantity, so you won't be spammed with the same garbage every time. Thanks. Over the years, as people became more competitive, an in-game leaderboard was added, sorting players by their star count and showing their ranking on a global leaderboard. The leaderboard, however, didn't show the most skilled players, but the ones that completed the most rated levels. Players, however, didn't only want to show how many levels they could beat. They also began to show off their skills in new ways, such as by verifying extremely difficult levels. One of these players was Riot, an incredible player from back in the day that verified the legendary demon Bloodbath, the hardest demon at the time. While it was debated by many whether or not Bloodbath actually was the hardest level, players noticed the lack of regulations to determine the hardest levels, and they started the Demon List, a community project to rank the hardest levels in the game. Beating levels on this list would grant you points, with the hardest levels granting the most points. List points have become a community standard to rank how skilled the best players are compared to each other, with the best players having thousands of points. But you know, one of these people might be a hacker, and when they get caught in a few months, hundreds of people will be coming back to this video to comment this exact timestamp and something along the lines of "this age like fine milk." As only a few players are able to complete the top 10 hardest levels in the game, with every new level the number of victors seems to drop. For instance, Averna still hasn't been attempted by anyone, simply due to the level's gameplay consisting of frame perfects and fixed hitboxes, which are things many top players despise. With the verification of Tidal Wave coming soon and it being possibly placed on number 1, this collective grudge from the community might end up in nobody attempting the top 1, the most prestigious level to complete in Jump Dash. As the number of players capable of completing these levels diminishes, ranking will become inconsistent, as consistent ranking is based on the opinion of top players, to the point where the opinion of a player that isn't actually legitimate changes whether or not a level is placed on number 1 or not. However, when the skill limit will be reached is unpredictable, because nothing is impossible unless it's physically impossible. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, consider subscribing. That is all. Bye!